So today we're going to talk about gold leaf. I'm going to show you how easy it is to apply. It doesn't take a lot of skill, doesn't take a lot of time. It's not super expensive, but it adds so much to a sign. Oh, I love gold leaf, and it's mysterious. People think it's super expensive. They think it's super hard, and none of that is really true. I mean, basically, you're painting a varnish on a sign, and then you're letting it tack up or get almost dry, and then you're sticking gold into it. So I'm going to demonstrate that process today. So this is a quick dry size. Typically, you got about an hour of an open window. And basically, all we're doing is painting the surface of the letter. And you want enough on there that it covers it, not enough that it runs. And you don't want any gaps or holidays because the gold won't stick there. Now, some people put a bit of color in their size to help them. In this case, the size is a little bit shinier than the other part, and there's just a tinge of yellow in it, like varnish does. So with the light in here, there's enough light I can see it, no problem. So you can see it because I've raised the letters with the router when I did that part, it is pretty easy and fast to cut that edge. And if you do happen to miss a little bit, it's not a big deal. You can touch it up pretty easy. I'm going to do, I think I'll just do the one word, and then so we don't get too much. If it dries too hard, then your gold isn't going to stick. So, and I know I got a busy morning, so I'll get interruptions today. Now there's all kinds of different gold. We like a 23 karat gold. Our gold is made in Chicago. It's just a better quality gold. You can get, like everything, there is discount gold. And discount gold, I believe, is like discount just about anything else, is you get what you pay for, generally speaking. So what I like about the gold that we get, number one is the service is fabulous. And secondly, it's nice. It's a little thicker gold, and there's no pinholes in it, which I've seen with some other brands. And it is 23 karat gold, but it is beat, and I'm not exactly, there's videos online about how they make gold leaf. It's real gold, it's 23 karat, the stuff I use. And it's beat super thin, so that it's so thin it would float in the air. And there's two kinds of gold. There's patent gold and loose leaf gold. And if you talk to a gold guy, they will swear by one or the other. I use a patent leaf. It's a little easier to use. I don't think it makes that big a difference. Gold is gold. So that's what I stick with. Now you can buy the gold in 5 sheets. You can buy it in books or 25 sheets, or you can buy it by the box. I think packs or books, I don't know. Like anything, the more you buy, the cheaper it is. And if you count in your shipping and all that cost, I like to buy by the box. I typically, like most things I buy once a year or whenever I need it, and it lasts me a long time. And yes, you're paying for that in interest if you count that kind of thing. But if you count inflation and other things, I think it saws off pretty good. And you just get a way better price of gold. And gold, I'll talk more about that when we start doing the gold. The sheet is not very big, and there's not much waste because you can overlap the sections. So gold is, if you consider your labor, if I was painting these letters, I would have to do 2 or 3 coats. And my labor is worth a fair amount of money. So if you consider that, the price of the gold into that, and only 1 coat, I believe it's cheaper to gild than it is to paint the letters. But don't tell your customers that. There is a magic with gold. You'll never get the brilliance of any other way than gold. So you can see it goes pretty quick. Now you want to be dust free because you're painting with a varnish. If there's dust, it sticks in the varnish and it will mess things up kind of nicely. And as I said, there's 2 kinds of size. There's a slow size and a fast size. A slow size has a fairly narrow window, where a slow size, typically you're waiting I think up to 12 hours. So it has a much longer open window to gild if you're doing a large project, I guess. Some people, the purists again, would say that a slow size is more brilliant. This is an oil-based size. There's also an acrylic size, which has I've heard people love it and hate it. I've tried it. I just like this size. So as quick as that, I think I got it all. Looks all shiny. That's good. So now we wait an hour and then we'll come back and do our gold. So now we're ready for the gold, and we use Weirung and Bill Meyer gold. This is a box of gold. It's expensive, but it's not really, because there's each one has a book, and I'm not sure how many books there are in here. Each book is 25 leaves, and this is 23 karat gold, and this is called a patent gold. Patent gold, the gold is stuck to paper, so it's very, very thin. That's a sheet of gold. I'm not sure exact dimensions, but a sheet of gold like that, when you buy it by the book, is only a couple dollars a sheet, which goes a fair amount. And then we have a soft brush. This is, I use a makeup brush. There is a special gold one. It's a lot of money, but basically you need something that's very soft to burnish the gold onto your thing. So when you saw me paint on the size, which is like a clear varnish, and then you have to let it sit, and there's a point, is we call it squeaking. And so you rub your knuckle on it, and your knuckle, it makes a little squeaky noise. That means that is ready. So now what we do is, it basically is press the gold sticks, and so you can have as many joints as you want. It doesn't matter. They don't show up. So you want to cover that as best you can. And if we get some holidays, we can always Come back and patch up. So you can see it. I didn't get right to the edge there. Then you take your brush and you brush off the excess, and any place that you can see it's super light. It'll float in the air. The gold is that light and that thin. You can burnish it on with your finger through the paper. You can't touch the varnish or the gold, preferably. And people often ask me, do you coat the gold with the varnish afterwards? And the answer is absolutely not, because the gold will outlast the paint on this sign. And if you clear coat it, if you were doing a fire truck or something like that, you would, because it gets washed and it doesn't like being abraded. But on a sign, you would never clear coat it because it makes it dull, which may as well do gold paint then. So far I'm doing a little better than 1 letter per sheet, so you can see it's really, on a sign like this, is not very expensive. You know, maybe $50 of gold on this sign. So I missed some areas. You can see on the R there's some holidays. Just go back in and touch it up with some varnish and then lay a little more gold, and the seams won't show. Some people double gild. They figure it's brighter. I don't see much point in that. Is go over the whole thing again, but some people do. That was my last sheet in that book. Oh, I got a double sheet. So we'll see if we get some actual varnish on those parts or if I missed it. So we take our soft brush and take away everything that's not varnish. There's going to be some touch up on this one. Yeah, give me some touch up. But it's looking pretty good already. And it captures the light just so beautifully. Nothing like it. Nothing like gold. So I'll let this set up a little bit more. And then we'll come back and do some touch up. And then do the rest. I've already gilded or put the varnish on the other letters, but we'll come back and do those when it's ready. So there you go.